Man, wow. 3 years on YouTube. It's amazing. Man, we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Let me share this out here, man. Let's blow this up. Man, it's amazing. Give me 1 second. Man, 3 years on YouTube. It doesn't feel like it. It really does not feel like it. 21 years on this earth for myself. Damn. It doesn't feel like it. What's going on, everybody? As I always say, Christian Ballard with Ballard Sports Media. Yes, I figured we'd go live a little earlier tonight. Got to get up tomorrow, go to work. So I don't want to be up all night. But let's get this going for like an hour or so. Yeah, I mean, it can even be a couple hours. I don't care. But nothing really in particular tonight. We're just going to celebrate. It is my 21st birthday. I appreciate and love each and every one of you and appreciate all the birthday wishes. So it really does mean a lot. And, but more importantly, man, put the birthday aside. We've been on YouTube for 3 years, man. I started this channel as a starting point for my career path. And I did not expect it to be like that. We're working to 800 subscribers, man. Keep sharing it out. Keep blowing up the content. I'm going to keep putting it out for you guys, man. Seriously. And man, it's amazing. I really can't put it into words, but more on that later. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the StreamYard link. But first, let's see who's in here. What's up, Sorgy? What's up, Rise Up? To answer that, I had a little bit of something. I'll be honest. I am not. I did not let tonight go by without having a little bit of something. I don't even know what it was. It something with rum. It wasn't too good. Oh God, it was bad. And but I only had a little bit. I didn't get crazy. I didn't get out of hand. I was responsible. I didn't even drive. My grandparents drove tonight. So, Jacob, what's going on? What's up? Rama Jamma Taylor says, I'm here and I brought some pizza, homie. Bring it on. Come on. Happy birthday. Yes, sir. Thank you. What's up, Elijah Allen? How you doing? He says, go Vols. Not for me. Wish I could give you a present, but I can't. Hey, the best present right now, man, is y'all being here and us celebrating together. So that truly means a lot to me. It's very special. And, you know, um, man, this is all I could ask for. We're live on both Facebook and YouTube tonight. Let me drop the StreamYard link. Go to all destinations. And let's get it going, man. Let's get you guys on. Let's talk. Let's hang out. Talk some college football. We got the Army-Navy game this weekend. Salute to all the troops out there. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. And, we're thankful for what you do to give us the freedoms that we have every single day in this country. What's up, GF Sports? Happy birthday, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Dwayne RTR, haven't seen you in a while, man. Roll Tide. Happy birthday, brother. Roll Tide. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man. So, I really don't know where to start. I wanted to make this one a hangout. If anyone wants to come on, feel free to. What's up, Steve Pearson? Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Let me go. Let's get Chess Hall over here. We'll try to get Chess over here, man. I just texted him. Chess and I are good friends, by the way. Where we talked earlier on his show, and we are going to try to bring back the Unprofessional Sports Show. I know we've kind of been off and on with that. I didn't show up one day. He called it the final straw, and that was the end of it. I don't know. But we kind of make up and, still friends. Yeah, take your time, Sorgy. And we're good, man. Chess and I are good. We're like brothers. You can't break us. And man. Oh, he's going live here in a few. That son of a. I still love Chess. I should. You know what it was? He asked me when I was going live, and I told him originally 10 Eastern. That's what it was. I told him 10 Eastern originally, but I got too excited, so I went ahead and gone live. So our first guest tonight.
What's going on, Ballard?
What's on top? What's up, Jacob?
Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. How you feeling about I guess all these college football games we got coming up? We got Army Navy, and then we got bowl games. It's here. Bowl season.
Yeah. This that's amazing, and I'm definitely excited for all the games, really. I'm gonna be honest, but especially the Georgia game.
Yeah.
And I'm particularly excited about the Georgia game because I, in particular, have been wanting Ohio State to play us for a long time.
I don't know if I think I looked the other day. They've only met like one time, I think.
Yeah, back in the 1993 Gator Bowl, and that was it.
Did Georgia win that?
Yeah, Georgia won.
Let's see.
2014.
A screen share here. Let's look at that. Winsipedia. And again, I don't know if this is a reliable website, winsipedia.com, but according to this, yeah, it's been one time back in 1993 and Georgia won.
21-14.
So this is reliable then. Okay.
Jeez, how do you get beat by Ray Goff?
It was in Orlando too, so it must have been a bowl game.
Well,
If it
no,
was in
their bowl
Orlando.
it wasn't anything big, I don't think. I mean, it was a decent bowl game, but it's not like a Sugar Bowl, anything like that.
Herb Strait was the quarterback in that game, says GF Sports. That would make sense. I knew he was the quarterback around that time.
Oh yeah, he was. That's true.
Yeah. But what is so
we crossed everybody off our list, but except Ohio State because we just haven't played them, but we finally get our shot at them, and they get our shot at us.
So let me ask you about that. With this game, I know we still got a little while. Your team's got plenty of time to prepare, but you as a fan, I'm sure you're obviously excited about it. But what are your initial thoughts as you go into this matchup here, man? Because my initial thoughts the other day were two historic programs go head to head. You got Ohio State, where the last time they took the field, they lost in a blowout. So they should be motivated enough to give it a game, let alone probably pull an upset. Then you got Georgia, who, and call it what it is, no one's unbeatable, but they're very hard to stop on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference. Last year our defense got us through most of the games. This year it's both sides of the ball.
Right.
And I think we can have a similar game plan to what we had versus Tennessee. And we could honestly beat Ohio State the same way we beat them if we execute it the same way we execute Tennessee. I mean,
yeah. Thank you, Travis. I appreciate you.
And I mean, what we did in the Tennessee game this week, basically, we put a couple of safeties back to where they couldn't throw the deep ball. And they tried to go underneath and stuff like that, but they just messed up too much. The pressure got to them. They couldn't run it on us, and they just collapsed. I think if we can do something similar to Ohio State like that, then offensively, I think if we just run the ball, honestly, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I think now, has your offensive line, has it had issues this year? Because I really haven't been able to tell.
No, our offensive line's been great, as always.
Okay. So it's not one of those where
we had some issues at the beginning of the season, run blocking, but then we switched from a zone blocking scheme to gap control. Now the O-line's looking amazing.
I got you. I was just asking because, sometimes an offensive line, we take that for granted. And, I didn't know if there was any issues with it or if it was something we would need to keep an eye on, because I do like the front seven a little bit for Ohio State to maybe get pressure on Stetson Bennett just a little bit in this game. But if Georgia plays with a solid offensive line, I'm sure you guys could be pretty well set.
Well, we played Michigan's pass rush last year that had two first-round defensive ends, pass rushers, and they got 0 sacks on us. I mean, I think we got a lot of stars on our O-line, from Broderick Jones to Cedric Von Braun to Tate Ratledge. Our O-line is stacked. I don't expect much pressure on Stetson. And something Stetson's very good at is evading pressure. So, I mean, we'll see.
But he's definitely gotten better with that.
Now, what the O-line that has had problems this year is Ohio State's O-line. And we can definitely get pressure on them. And I don't see them running the ball on us. So, I think we'll be good there.
Okay.
But I don't see the need to blitz much. I mean, we can, like we did in the Tennessee game, we could send 3-4 man pressure and just drop back and cover the deep ball, and Ohio State will mess up enough. Our DBs are amazing, so that's what stopped Tennessee. That's what I think can stop Ohio State.
What's up, Sorgi?
Not much. What's up with y'all? What y'all doing?
Just, hey, we're hanging out tonight. No particular topics to discuss. If you want to talk football, we're fine with that. If you want to just talk about life, man, let's just hang out tonight.
Alrighty. Well, I'm really excited for this Army Navy game coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
If everything goes as planned, obviously tickets insanely expensive, but the game's in Philly, so we're planning on going outside of the link and getting some footage of whatever we can see of that atmosphere. It's going to be insane.
I heard they're moving the game around.
So you don't have like tickets to the game or anything?
No, I mean I'm going to look here on StubHub.
I heard they're, for some reason, they're moving the Army Navy game around for the next 5 years. Like they're going to New York, and I don't know. Is that?
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that either. I mean, for a while, it was always that.
It's a traditional game that needs to stay traditional. I don't think they need to be moving around and all that.
But yeah, to answer your question, we're not going on. I know people that are, but I'm gonna look tomorrow on StubHub. It's gonna be cheapest ticket for a seat is gonna be $181, and that is to sit in that's upper deck and the top of the stadium.
Okay.
And I don't have any affiliation to either team, so I don't have much of a reason to go. But just getting to see I'm guessing there'll be bands outside, servicemen and women that'll be there, and obviously all the fans will be fun.
Yeah. Basically just the atmosphere. I think that's why I would go to that type of game. That's why I love Army Navy.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jacob.
I don't know a lot of Army and Navy fans, but I do know a lot of people that cheer for a particular team in this game because their uncle served in the Army or their grandfather served in the Navy or something like that, and they'll cheer for, whatever team in this particular game. And I'm one of those people. Like I said this in Chester as well. My great grandfather fought in World War II for the Navy, so I particularly cheer for Navy in this game.
There you go. That's
yeah.
Awesome,
I have more family affiliations from the wars to the Navy, so go Navy beat Army.
Yeah, my side of the family, I don't know in particular if anyone has served Army or Navy as far as that goes. I know I've had people that have served, great grandparents. My grandfather was military, but I don't have a particular side in this game. I will say, though, that at the end of the day, we need to realize this, no matter if you're Team Army or Team Navy, at the end of the day, everyone's out there fighting for this country. And we got much love and respect to everybody out there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not like I'm rooting against Army. I'm not rooting against Army.
No, it's not. I mean, I don't see people call it a rivalry. When I hear rivalry, I hear feud. Yeah. I view it more as a traditional game. Now, I'm not saying you can't call it a rivalry. I mean, it is what it is, but it's traditional to me.
Well, surprisingly, these teams over the years have gotten heated with each other, which you wouldn't expect that, but they have. So,
yeah.
I will say though, I mean, I think that for it's you're all there for one reason, and that's for your country. But I will say, I think that there is, just for that day, it's respectful between the two sides, but I also think it's, we love you, but we want to beat you.
And
go ahead.
Yeah. This is something I always do. You always need to watch. Turn this game on before 3:30 because they always come up with some really cool intro, and it's sick. So.
Yeah, it is.
Because you have to remember these two teams used to own college football. Yes, a very long time ago, but they take a lot of images and videos from those games, and they make really cool intros out of them.
Yeah. And dude, it was so hard. It was so hard for me the other day making a video about it. Um, I tried I do not want to respect any of our service academies here. I will say this from a football standpoint, though, Navy has not had that good of a season. I will say that. I don't want to put them down. I don't want to throw them under the bus. But if you want to look at some stats real quick, I mean, they are scoring 22 points a game. They're giving up 24. I
Well,
mean,
yes, but they're also, and this is why I think they're going to win. They're only giving up 85 rush yards a game. Army's giving
that's
up
true.
around 140. And
Yeah,
both of these teams run the triple option, and that tells me that Army's had some issues stopping the run, and Navy has been really good against the run.
all right. That makes
So
sense.
I think Navy will win in a low-scoring game. And here's a fun fact about this game: the over/under, the under has been has happened 16 years in a row. So if you're betting on this game, you might want to bet the under because 16 years in a row, it's been the under.
Yeah.
I think
So unless
the over/under is like 32.5.
Yeah, so unless they're going to break history, you would take the under.
Yeah, 16 years in a row, it's been under. I'll take my chances.
All right. I got
The
you.
reason for it is because they both run the triple option, and games are really short, and there's not a ton of big plays, so usually these games end up 14-10, 13
Yeah.
to 10, or 17-14, something like that.
Yeah. It's a good defensive battle. It really is. And it's always hard fought. I want to know what's the weather going to be like because sometimes they can get snow and it's really cool to see. I want to know the Philadelphia weather real quick for this game.
They really shouldn't be moving around this game. I don't know why they're doing that.
It doesn't look like it'll be snow, but it is going to be 45 degrees. Oh,
It does snow some years.
it does. And it's really cool to see snow in a football game. It's
Didn't it
so,
snow the year where
it's
Army
hard to
snapped
get
their
that.
15-game streak against Navy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Moti? Happy birthday, Ballard. I know you're 21 and officially legal, but some advice, leave the alcohol alone. Oh, for my own personal reasons, and I won't share them, I intend on leaving it alone as much as possible. So let me see. You're trying to share something, Sorgi, so let's see. Oh, you were trying to share the weather. Okay. What's up, X-Wing? X-Wing in the house. Sorgi says 17-14 Navy. I can see that.
I'll go 14-10 Navy.
I'm going to take Army in this one. I'm going to take Army. I'm going to say 16-14, and Army's defense stands up tall.
Okay, I like it. Navy's favored by 2.5 in this game as well.
Yeah, they are. You're muted, Sorgi.
Oh, sorry about that.
You're good.
I talked a whole bunch during that time, and I didn't even know that. Okay. Let me put that back up so I can explain what I was showing.
Okay.
X-Wing Sports wants you to drink a beer.
Oh, I had one earlier. I'll be honest. It didn't taste good.
They say the first time you taste alcohol, it doesn't taste good.
Okay, so at 3 p.m. it's going to be 43 and sunny. by 6 p.m. 38, and the wind's going to be 7-8 miles per hour.
Okay.
So, who knows if the wind's going to have any factor in the game, but it'll be interesting.
No, 7-8 miles per hour. No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's only 7-8 miles per hour.
Exactly. Maybe it'll get higher. I mean, you're not too far from the Delaware River, so could get some wind gusts, but I wouldn't expect much.
Yo,
Hello.
Matthew. Yo.
Happy birthday. Happy
Maybe.
birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy
So-
birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, man. Man.
So 2 Georgia fans, a Bama fan, and a West Virginia fan, I think.
West Virginia / Wisconsin / Marquette. Because Marquette football is undefeated since 1960.
You said Marquette football is what?
Undefeated since 1960.
Is that real?
Yeah, they haven't.
It is real.
They haven't played since 1960.
Oh,
And let me think. We have a winning record against Kansas State, and I'm trying to remember the other schools. Let me.
If you have a winning record against Kansas State, can you give Alabama tips so we don't lose the game?
Last time we played them, I think it was 1943, something around there.
Oh, that's not going to help. That's not going to help.
Yeah.
That was a different
I'm
time.
gonna look here. We have a winning record against Iowa State. We're 2-1 against them. Arizona, Kansas State, Kansas. We are undefeated against.
Wow.
Ole Miss. And
Ole Miss.
Oh yeah.
What's the record against Ole Miss?
We are 3-2-0. Because back in that time there were ties. And is there anyone else? I do not think that there is anyone else. But yeah, we are undefeated against a couple schools.
Ballard, whatever you do, don't ask Kansas for advice on how to beat Kansas State because they don't know how.
What'd you say?
I said, whatever you do, don't ask Kansas for advice on how to beat Kansas State because they don't know how.
Oh.
What's it been, 13 years in a row now?
Ballard, is Milroe going to be the starting quarterback? Do you know?
Honestly, I don't know. What's y'all's thoughts on that? You think Bryce sits out? Because it wouldn't surprise me, but it wouldn't surprise me if he said, I could play one more game with the boys. You know?
I think he plays one more game with the boys.
And I said this in Chester's stream as well. I think he's going to play because he hasn't. If he would have announced he's going to sit out, he probably would have done it already. And number 2, I think Bryce Young is a really good character. I think he's the type to go all out for his team. He never gives up, and I don't think he ever quits. And I think his character would be the type to play this game. I think so. I got a
question. Do you think his decision is going to be heavily influenced by NIL or not?
No.
No.
I'm sure.
I think without NIL, he'd play this game. I really do. And I think Will Anderson's going to be like, well, if Bryce Young's going to play, I'm going to play too. So honestly, I kind of feel like both of them are going to play. Now, I'm going to go check stuff because there was some commenter earlier who said that Jalen Hyatt's not playing. I need to go and verify that. So
Jalen
I
Hyatt.
heard that too.
Jalen Hyatt hasn't made his decision. I watched the awards program yesterday, and he said that he'll announce next week.
Oh, now it's official.
What?
Jermaine Burton is officially coming back next year.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So he can.
there's a couple guys, believe it or not, that are gonna want to come back.
So he can do what?
He wants to win a championship. What are you talking about? What?
Well, I'm saying like he went to Bama not just to win a championship because he did it at Georgia, but I mean he only had what 300 yards. I mean he had more yards at Georgia than he did Bama.
No, I thought you were talking about Jalen Hyatt.
No, I'm talking about Jermaine Burton.
I think Jalen Hyatt's going to opt out because
Well, Jalen Hyatt was at the awards ceremony yesterday, and he won the Blicknikoff Award. And they asked him last night, "Are you coming back for the bowl game?" And he said he has not made his decision. He will let us know sometime next week.
Well, here's why.
Okay.
I think right now he's planning to opt out. I think Tennessee's trying to give him some NIL money. And the reason why I think he's trying to opt out right now is because Hendon Hooker's not playing. And I'm just going to be honest, I don't think he wants to play with Joe Milton because that might just mess up his draft stock. What if look at Jalen Hyatt without Hendon Hooker? And I don't think he wants those things said about him, so I think he's trying to opt out. I also think Tennessee's in the process of trying to give him some NIL money so they can win this game.
It's kind of funny though because I did a mock draft this morning, and I drafted both Hyatt and Burton in that mock draft.
Were they in the first round?
I will tell. Hold on, let me pull it up. I have it downloaded. Hyatt, I picked in the third, and I got Burton in the sixth. That was just Pro Football Focus.
If Jalen Hyatt fallen to the third round, then you must have.
I know for a fact.
Real dumbass.
You have to have Jalen Carter in the top 10 in the first round.
That's not how fantasy football works.
Let me go back here. I'll look at the Pro Football Focus big board. They had, and I made sure that the picks weren't randomized or anything, and that it was actually like what a realistic draft would be.
Yeah.
And hold on.
I want to do this mock draft thing. Let's see.
The only reason I was doing it really was just so I could see how crazy of a trade I could, like what I could get for some of the Packers players. Because they have a trading tool on there.
How long has Aaron Rodgers going to play? He hangs it up after this year?
Okay.
I don't think he retires, but he might be looking for somewhere else.
In fantasy football, don't you have to have defense as a whole? There's not defensive individual players.
So on the Aaron Rodgers thing, this is what I'm going to say about it. I've been one to say bench Aaron Rodgers, start Jordan Love. I want to see what this kid's made of. But the team says they're sticking with him. But personally, I think we should trade him and get whatever we can for him. I've also said that we should trade offensive tackle David Bakhtiari. And I think we should fire both of the coordinators. Just get a clean slate in Green Bay without an Aaron Rodgers. If Love works out, keep him.
Why would you get rid of Bakhtiari?
What?
Why would you get rid of Bakhtiari?
He hasn't. So first of all, number one, just hasn't performed great this year, and number two, he's had some injury history. And like recently, there's injuries there, and just a lot of false start penalties on him. The last this season, a lot of penalties, a lot of just him not playing well.
I think he's played pretty well, but I get the injury thing. I get it now.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to. I'm trying to think. I think I've watched every Packers game except for the Bears one and maybe one other one. I watch every one that I can get here in Philly on TV, and I've seen so many penalties from him, and I don't like that.
He's done a lot of penalties, but I feel like he's played pretty well.
I don't know.
But he definitely has injury history, and the main problem with Aaron Rodgers is that he wants to be the GM of the Packers. He's been wanting to do that, and that the Packers can't have that.
Yeah.
He's talented, but he's not a guy you want to be in a rebuild with.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just what I'm saying is just we have a decent amount of free agents. Bring back some defensive guys, but other than that, like, just trade who you can. Get rid of Rodgers. If Love doesn't work out, get rid of Love. Get rid of Bakhtiari. Get rid of Eric Stokes. He doesn't have a place on this team, at least in Green Bay, considering that Russell Douglas has stepped up to be the number 2 corner. So
I hope you do get rid of Eric Stokes. I'd love my team to have him.
Yeah, so it's just like get rid of those guys. Even trade Randall Cobb for a 5th. Just get rid of some of those guys that you don't need.
My team could definitely use some Eric Stokes right now.
Well, anyone is free to have him. Just give me a, I don't know, 3rd and a 5th.
3rd and a 5th.
We spent a 1st round pick on him. Still has potential.
I mean, our defense is just not very good.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm a Falcons fan, by the way, and we just made the announcement that we're starting Desmond Ridder and benching Mariota. And I think Mariota's actually done pretty good compared to his expectations. And because of that, I'm hoping Desmond Ridder can be really good because I don't think we'd be benching Mariota otherwise.
Yeah, well, this is what I'll ask you since you're a fan of a team that doesn't have a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah.
Would you take Aaron Rodgers?
No.
2-year rental.
I would not take Aaron Rodgers.
You just say rental
Aaron Rodgers would not put us in a position to win a Super Bowl, and unless my team's in that position, I don't want him.
And that's 100%. Yeah, he you get him for 2 years and then he's out. That's essentially the deal. So yeah. I've been saying that we should trade him to the Giants. That's my number 1 team. I've heard a Carr for Rodgers swap. I don't like it much. So
hey, give the Steelers Christian Watson.
No. What I'm saying.
49ers would love a quarterback right now.
Well, I'll tell you the problem.
Well, here's the thing. Can I ask, you brought up the 49ers. Can I ask real quick why they're not looking to trade Lance yet?
He's injured.
He
started week 1 and then he's out for the season.
Shoot. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, they're actually going to Brock Purdy because that's what they have. They can't trade for anyone because
he was
bye San Francisco. Bye.
Well, this is what I'll say about that.
San Francisco's got a really good run game and defense. I think they can make a playoff run.
San Francisco, if you look at their draft stock, I think their first pick in this draft is 153. And the Packers are going to be looking for immediate boom. That's like they want immediate return.
That's not going to work out.
Exactly. I've looked at all the options. I mean, if the Jets could take Rodgers, the Lions could. I think that there are options, even if the Lions want to do an in-division trade. They've got a good team. I think, like, make a couple moves in free agency and grab Aaron Rodgers, and I think you're a contender in the playoff picture.
Now, as a Steelers fan, I like Kenny Pickett. I think he's growing. I think he has a lot of growing pains this year. Next year, I think he's going to be a lot better. We do need a solid offensive line. I don't think we have the best offensive line. I think we have a pretty shaky one. And
y'all's offensive line is struggling.
And And another thing we need is wide receivers. We got George Pickens. He's a rookie this year. We don't have any seasoned veterans. We got Deontay Johnson. I think that's our second best receiver besides Pickens. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have any elite receivers. You know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well,
I mean, you got rid of
guys are
Claypool.
banking on George Pickens to be that elite receiver.
Yeah.
We need to go after in the first round. We need to grab a wide receiver.
Well, what pick are y'all going to have?
You guys need offensive line, not a receiver.
Yeah.
You guys got good receivers.
I mean, our best receivers are George Pickens and Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, those are two pretty good receivers.
I don't Johnson, but yeah, George Pickens is pretty good, but he's still a rookie.
I will say this. I know he hasn't been as good this year, but last year Deontay Johnson was good enough to be on my fantasy team. And not many guys get on my fantasy team. I've got my thing. So he was good last year, and you can look at his stats to back it up. Played well, but this year he's just kind of fallen off. I think Johnson is a middle of the road 2, really good 3, and who knows with Pickens.
I think he's had to play a different role this year because of the Chase Claypool trade.
Yeah.
I think he fits better in the slot, but he's had to play more on the outside this year. And
Yeah.
honestly, the Steelers should just let him play in the slot. That's what they should do.
Yeah.
Because
if you're Steelers, you're definitely looking at offensive line. I mean, come on now. I mean, what else would you be looking at here?
I mean, it's just been really difficult. I mean, college-wise, I mean, go Dogs, baby. But in the NFL, it's been really hard to pull for my team. I mean, we just absolutely suck.
You guys could also use some DBs, I think.
But we got a pretty solid defense. I mean, TJ.
Well, I said
TJ
I
Watt
think you could use some DBs, though. I mean, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think we could. You know who?
Yeah. Your front seven's really good, though.
Oh, I agree with that too. TJ Watt is injury prone, though. I mean, it seems like every time he steps on the field, he's getting injured.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is.
I will say this though, TJ Watt is one of my favorite non-Packers players due to the fact some of y'all know I was born in Milwaukee. I didn't move Philly until about a year ago, and a year and a half now. And TJ Watt is from Pewaukee, which is not too far from Milwaukee. He's the pride of Pewaukee 2.0 or 3.0. I can't remember which. And he went to Wisconsin. So TJ Watt's my guy.
I think we're about to put Ballard to sleep.
No, I'm just scrolling through Facebook. I'm sorry about that. Everyone.
You're fine. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna head on out of here.
Well, I just want you to get. I want one more take from you before you leave. Sorry.
All right.
So Ballard likes the Bucks, so we got to talk about the Bucks for 5 seconds. But when is Brady going to retire?
Oh,
After this year.
After this year.
If he wins it,
I mean, there's just no way.
Ballard, if he, I don't think it matters if he wins it or not.
I mean, this man chose football over his wife.
Yeah. And, well, we've seen how that worked out. Because he hadn't played well this year compared to his other seasons. Bucks have stunk.
Is Chess doing game night right now?
yeah, I think so.
Man. I
Um,
know a lot about the Heisman Trophy stuff, too, but, yeah, I had to come here to wish you a happy birthday.
yeah. Well, I'm going to head
Thank you, man.
out of here. Before I go, though, Ballard, you know Will Indy.
Will indeed, yes.
Yes. So on Sunday, Will and if you remember the Lincoln Stevens show, one of his friends who has a YouTube channel, they're going to be joining us on Sorgy Stories. for Marquette Notre Dame. So Ballard, Matthew, Jacob, and the rest of everyone here, chat. Come on by, stop by, and have a fun time with us. We're talking basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And y'all go subscribe to Sorgy Stories for really good content. And you guys do like sports reactions and everything, I understand. So
yeah, it's
I'm not sure if I'm subbed yet.
We've got, let me think.
Channel.
Almost two. Hold on. I gotta look up the episode number. We've got a whole bunch of sports, food, and travel videos, and then recently we've been doing streams. And then we'll be back to video soon. I think I need to get the number of videos plus streams. I need to get that number here. Hold on.
yeah.
Where is it?
Okay, I'm subbed.
Appreciate that. Hold on.
1.2K subscribers. That's a lot.
Yeah, well, we've been working at it for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So
I got probably 356, and my channel's been growing very slowly over the last probably 6 months because I've been uploading on YouTube less and less, and I'm still gonna upload, but it's not going to be what I used to, which is how my channel got to this point in the first place.
Well, I'll tell you how we got a huge boost. Really, NFL YouTuber Tom Grossi, he rated us twice, and that got us like 200 subs.
Yeah, he does that.
We were at like 850 the first time, and then he got us to 1,000. We actually did a fundraiser for one of his charities. We had all of our supporters. They donated, and we got $1,000 for one of his charities to thank him. And then the second time, he got us, I don't know, probably 50 subs. First one was actually Packers 49ers back in January, and then the most recent one was Packers Vikings this season. But yeah, so I hope to see y'all. I'll probably be around tomorrow, and I'll for sure be around Sunday. So I'll see y'all later. On Wisconsin. Let's go Mountaineers. Marquette football, undefeated since 1960. Good night.
All right. Thanks, Sorgy.
All right. Good night. That always gets me. Marquette undefeated since 1960. I mean, it's true.
Hey, Ballard.
What's up?
Tell people how you got. Well, you're almost at 1,000. So tell people kind of like your start.
So, I guess it's appropriate too, considering we're celebrating 3 years tonight. I'm glad you brought that up, Matthew. Celebrating 3 years tonight. My start on YouTube is basically going back to 2019. I was sitting down one day, and I had been watching Feinbaum for maybe a year already. I was sitting there watching the Feinbaum show. Now, I know a lot of people out there don't really agree with Feinbaum, don't believe in his takes or what he has to say, but there's no denying that he does a fantastic job as a sportscaster. Like how he delivers himself, how he's always prepared. But he was just, he was on his show one day, and I was scrolling through channels, and I come across the Feinbaum show, and I don't remember who he was talking to, but I know he had like Laura Rutledge on, and he was interacting with people, and he's talking sports, two of my favorite things to do. And, I say, holy crap, this guy's like, doing two of my favorite things at one time. And, he gets, random people every day to call in. And, I just kind of looked at him, and, I figured maybe if this guy can do it, I probably could too. And, I just kept thinking about it. And I said, I want to do that. I want to be in sports broadcasting. I want to be on ESPN someday. And, I just, you know, I thought, it took me a while. About a year goes by, and I finally asked my mom, I say, Mom, can I have a YouTube channel? I was 18, or I was 17 technically, because I asked her the night before my birthday, and we had gone out to dinner to celebrate early. Um, and she said, I don't know about you having a YouTube channel, putting yourself out there. You just got to be really careful with that. I don't know. And the next day, I didn't even say anything. She shoots me a text and says, I guess if you want to, you can start your YouTube channel. Just don't be stupid. I'm stupid to this day. What do you want me to say? I mean, but she's like, you can start your YouTube channel. I say, thank you, Mom. I love you. I appreciate you. And from there, Ballard Sports Media was born, and I don't know. I mean, I didn't know at the time that it was going to grow into what it is now. That I would have so many great people on here and friends to talk to, and just be a part of a great big college football community. But God has blessed me, and He's definitely held my hand and walked me through all this, and it's turned out to be a big blessing. So I guess to answer your question, um, I really got it from watching the Paul Feinbaum show, but even still, like, uh, just my love of sports. Growing up, I played sports and watched sports, and um, it's just always been a passion. It's always been a big hobby and love of mine. So it's great that I, get to do this, but especially get to do it with amazing members of this community.
So
Yeah, Paul.
I will say this. You did say, and I'm going to correct you on this. You said
Okay.
that's whenever Ballard Sports Media was born. Actually, it was Ballard Sports Mania.
Yes. Okay. That's what I wanted to call it at first, and then I looked up Mania after I made the video and uploaded it. I looked up Mania, and that is a mental disease. I don't want that in my name. And so I said, screw it. Let's have some fun with it. We'll upload the video anyway, and we'll make a joke out of it. And, media sounded better anyway. But, yeah, that I don't know. I don't know how I came up with Ballard Sports Mania. I mean, that's beyond me. But I like Ballard Sports Media. We are the media, and I know Nick Saban wants to chew us out, but we're going to give him our best.
Saban over there praying to God about Alabama getting to the playoff, trying to show up on every show he can, talking about Alabama's playoff case, but no, it didn't work.
Hey, it's not our fault we lost 2 games.
Huh?
It's not our fault we lost 2 games. Only one of those.
Well, whose fault is it?
Tennessee paid the refs. No, there was a play. I did see this on Facebook. There was a certain play call where I don't remember what it was, but it showed the referee going like this for a Tennessee touchdown, and then he smiled a little bit, nodded his head, and clenched his fist. If that ain't suspicious, I don't know what is. That's crazy.
Do you agree that the refs sold Texas?
What?
Well, the refs. Well, if you think the refs sold you in the Tennessee game, the refs helped you in the Texas game. So then again, you'd have 2 losses either way.
They said it. They said in the Tennessee game, they said, "Bama, it goes both ways, buddy."
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Ballard, do you watch the Paul Feinbaum show a good bit?
I don't. I listen to the podcast, not as much anymore, but it every now and then, if it's on, I'll tune into it.
Yeah, I do that too, but then I listen to these crazy callers that.
Yeah, I miss. I haven't heard. Oh, what was his name? Cat Daddy was his name. I don't know if you ever heard him.
Oh, we called him today.
Did he call in?
Yeah, I love Cat Daddy. Cat
He's
Daddy.
like Big Paul. Mr. Fireball, come out to the south. You gonna come by the liquor store and pick you up some Palmetto moonshine.
He does it on purpose too because
It's
it
so
works.
funny.
It's funny. Have you heard that
Man,
that guy named Legend?
legend, yeah.
Yeah, legend in his own mind.
There's legend. There's Jim from Tuscaloosa, Squirrel, I Man.
Daryl.
There was one.
Daryl from
Oh, I know who I miss. I know who I miss on the show.
Who?
She passed away a couple years ago, but do you remember Tammy, the Auburn fan?
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Did you?
Man, she was great.
You ever heard of Charles from Reeltown?
Charles, yeah.
Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Charles from Reeltown.
What's sad
There's
about the Feinbaum show is the Feinbaum show used to be filled of Bama and Auburn fans, but the Auburn fans kind of left because, well, the team sucks now.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought of someone else. Jerome from Beeham.
Oh, yeah.
He can have a mouth on him. Crazy.
Some of the callers actually have football smarts, and some are just entertaining.
Yeah.
And some are just crazy. Like Jim is crazy.
I'm gonna play. I'll play something for you. Hold on. Did you ever hear? Have you ever heard me call in?
Yes.
Did you ever get a chance to hear my first call with Feinbaum?
Yeah, you was talking about how you wanted to be a sportscaster.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
asked
play it for
Feinbaum
those
how
of you
you
who haven't. I think I'm gonna make this tradition on the YouTube celebration every year. We're gonna play this because if I had not had this phone call and got this advice from Feinbaum, I wouldn't be on here, man. So I know people like to troll Feinbaum, but I promise you, he is a good man. He is good at what he does, and he's very wise and knowledgeable.
My only problem with Feinbaum is that he is way too biased to the SEC. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, he'd be the first to admit it too. He'd admit it.
He's ridiculously biased to the SEC, and I don't love the SEC. The SEC is the SEC. I mean, Georgia plays in the SEC. I cheer for Georgia. I don't root for the SEC. So that's just me though. But go ahead and play your call.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this real quick. It's like 3 minutes. So this is the first time I ever called Paul Feinbaum, and he gave me great sports casting advice. Here we go.
Christian is up next. You go right ahead. You're on the air.
Paul Feinbaum, how you doing, sir?
I am doing great. Thank you for the call.
Man, it's pretty hard to get in the show. I've tried calling a couple times, and I guess I want to talk about. I kind of want to do what you do one day, and get a contract with ESPN and,
You sure about that?
just do what?
You sure about that after the first couple of minutes of this show?
I don't know. But I at least want to go into the sports, announcing and broadcasting business. And I guess I kind of got it planned out where I know where I want to go in the degree. My question is, after I get my degree, where do I start? Do I go straight to ESPN? Do I start on a small, radio, as a guest, or
Yeah, okay, so you're 17. What are you still in high school, Christian?
Yes.
Have you done much? Tell me what you've been doing.
I'm in my senior year.
Okay, here's what I would recommend. I think. What are your thoughts? What are your plans beyond high school?
There's a local school nearby where I live. They got a program. I figured I'd go there, get the degree.
Well, I mean, I'm not. Let me offer you this, and I would tell any young person this. Get as much education as you can, but even more important than that, get as much experience as you can. And the more experience you get, the more people you're going to meet. And when you finally get around to trying to land a job, you'll be able to do a myriad of things. And that's really important, because in today's media world, those who can do a lot are going to be much better off than only having a singular skill, if you follow me. And one thing I would recommend is just try to meet people, stay in touch with people, including us here at the show, and I think that's a really good start.
Just reach out or whatever.
Yeah, but I think what you have to be able to do, there's no perfect resume to get a job, but once you start getting involved in various, whether it's play-by-play of high school. I have a friend where I live, and he does some sidelines on high school football. That got him into a radio station where he's met some people, and then that will lead to a bigger job. And you always hear you have to start somewhere. Where you do, but
right.
wherever you start, make the most of it, and then make sure you stay in touch and gather as many contacts as you can. By the way, you're off to a good start asking us.
Awesome, yeah, because I
get excited towards the
local
end.
community college. I just was figuring out okay, get the degree. And I'm like, do I start on a local radio station, go straight to ESPN? I figured I'd probably start local.
I tell you what, Christian, they're telling me I need to go to a break, but I want you to just stay in touch with us. Let me know what you're doing, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you anytime. Thank you very, very much. We're continuing with more calls. You want this job? It may be available in about 20 minutes. 855-242-7285.
This job might be available in 20 minutes. Ballard, your mic is muted.
Oh, I was just saying, it never gets old, man. He straight up looked in that camera. He said, "You want this job? It'll be available in 20 minutes."
He did say that?
He said that. Oh my gosh.
It was a joke, but still.
I'm like, score. Man.
You're probably
yeah,
like,
it's
he's like, let me back on the phone.
yeah, but man, if I didn't, I was shaking. I was so nervous. It was my first time. It was my debut on radio. And if I had not picked up the phone and had that conversation with him, dude, I wouldn't be on here today. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't have really had this channel, honestly.
You have stayed in touch with them, right?
What?
You've stayed in touch with them, right?
Absolutely. It's been a little while since I've called in. I might try to call in here pretty soon.
I remember the last time you called in.
Yeah, he knows about you guys. He knows about the channel and everything. So
why don't you do this? Call in on a live stream.
That's a good idea.
Oh, like go live and get people to hear me call in
Yeah.
and ask him what, like what would I talk to him about? Like just get career advice, maybe a little bit more.
Well, I would probably say something along the lines of, "This is Ballard Sports Media. I'm live on YouTube right now. Yada yada
Oh,
yada."
don't do that, Ballard. Don't.
I'll be like, "Hey, Mr. Paul, Miss Paul, how you doing? Uh, this is Christian Ballard of Ballard Sports Media, and you're
We're
in
live.
my show, sir.
We're live right now.
No, I'm coming for his job. I'm coming for his job. I'm gonna tell him you're sitting in my chair, sir,
Yeah,
keeping it warm for me."
Well,
just do like this.
Oh, give me one second. I got a family member calling me. Give me 1 second.
So, how do you feel about the Georgia game coming up?
I think we can beat Ohio State's ass.
Yeah, I think so too. I just hope that Ohio State doesn't play their best ball all year.
I mean, even if they do, I'm not worried about it. I think if we run the same defensive scheme we did against Tennessee, 3-4 man rushing every play, we'll get great coverage and limit the deep ball like we did in the Tennessee game by putting some safeties back. And we'll get pass rush with the 3-4 rushers we have, and then offensively just run the ball because Ohio State's soft. So
Yeah, they can be soft all year, but they can be physical for one game or 2 games.
well, that could be.
I mean, for the next 3.5 weeks or so, 4 weeks, whatever it is, they're going to be listen. I mean, I don't know if how much they're going to listen to it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure some people are going to be listening to the Ohio State is soft deal, and like C.J. Stroud, he said today that he sees very to little no weaknesses in Georgia's team. So he does give us respect and stuff like that, but I just don't want Stetson Bennett to get the big head going to New York. And
Stetson knows. He knows his place. He don't have no big head.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't want anything. Hopefully, because last year everybody was saying that he stinks. He ain't gonna win a national title, and he went out and proved them wrong. And this year, he's getting a little bit more credit, which I'm glad he is. Don't get me wrong, but
He's more credit this year because he's actually developed into a good quarterback this year. Well, last year he was okay at times, but also struggled with some. But this year he's developed into a good quarterback. So
yeah, I think so too. I mean, do I think he's Heisman worthy? I don't know. I mean, he did have 250 passing yards, a touchdown, and a rushing touchdown in 4 straight games, and the only person to ever do that was Johnny Football.
The best Stetson has performed this year is in big time games, and that puts you in the Heisman.
Yeah, because that's the only time voters ever watch football.
The other 3 quarterbacks who've played are in big time games. So, I mean, all 3 of those quarterbacks lost the biggest games of their season. Stetson performed great in all the big games in his season, and like last year going to the playoffs, I was a little concerned about Stetson, to be honest. This year, I don't have those same concerns about him. I'm confident.
Well, I'm not and this is weird. This is very weird, to say this about Georgia, right? I'm not necessarily concerned about the offense. I'm more concerned about defense.
I'm not trying to sound cocky. I don't have any concerns.
You said what?
I said I don't have any concerns.
I mean, I don't know. Keely Ringo didn't look so hot in the last couple games.
I think he played good in the Tennessee game, which shows me he's ready for the big moment. So, and he played well in the national title last year. So,
I just hope Georgia, because
I mean, it's just last year, the offense was a little bit of a concern. Stetson was a big concern going into the playoffs. This year, Stetson's not really concerned. He's played really well.
Ohio State's.
the
I think Ohio State's defense is not going to be able to stop Georgia.
I
I
mean,
think
I
Ohio
don't.
State's offense. If we get into a shootout, I don't want to be in that situation.
I don't think we can get into a shootout. I mean, Tennessee scored 13 points on us. Oregon scored 3. Ohio State, I don't think Ohio State will even get to 20 on us, especially without Jackson Najigma Smith.
Well, he hadn't played pretty much all year.
Yeah, and I don't get this whole thing about him opting out. He's not really opting out. He's just been injured all year.
I would put. Who would you rather have covering Marvin Harrison, Malachi Starks, or Keely Ringo?
Ooh.
Because that's the big one that we need to cover.
Malachi Starks. I think Malachi Starks fits his style more.
Because that's really the only matchup I'm worried about. If Keely Ringo's matched up with Marvin Harrison, I mean, Keely Ringo couldn't even cover a Georgia Tech wide receiver. He was getting burnt. And
Malachi Starks put Jalen Hyatt on lockdown.
yeah, we need something like that. I mean, that's the only concern I'm really worried about. As far as defensive line, I think we got one of the best defensive lines in the country. Got one of the best offensive lines in the country. Between the lines, I think Georgia has the edge on both of the lines. I think Georgia as a team is better, even if we lose. I think Georgia, the team, is still a better team. Are we going to be better that specific day? I don't know. I mean, I want to have confidence, but me as a Georgia fan, I've been a Georgia fan ever since I can remember being born. And I remember, every single year, we always lose that one game that we shouldn't. I mean, I know we don't have Mark Rick anymore. I understand that. But even going back to last year, we should have never lost to Alabama in the SEC title game. I mean, we shouldn't have. But Alabama was playing for that playoff spot. They wanted it. They were more hungry about it. And that's my concerns going into this game. Ohio State, they have second life. They have a new life. They want this. They're hungry. I know Georgia wants it. We're hungry. But going back, like I said, we always lose a game that it just seems like we shouldn't lose. 2019, we lost to South Carolina. Should have never done that. I mean, there's just a lot of games that I feel like we had potential to win, and we just crapped the bucket.
Yeah, I don't mind losing games because you're not going to go undefeated every year. But it's just the teams that we lost to, it was just, how we lost. That's what really was upsetting.
Yeah, and like right now, like I said, Georgia clearly has a better team, all around better team.
Oh, yeah.
But are we going to put it together for 2 more times? And Georgia, like you said, Georgia has never been undefeated 15-0. I mean, we went 1980. We went 13-0 or 12-0. But as far as 15-0, Georgia's never been able to do that, and that does worry me. If we get to the national title, I'll be a little bit less stressed. But I think whoever wins this Ohio State versus Georgia, I think that's your national champion. And it's also crazy how, if you look back in recent matchups, 1 versus 4 the 4 seed has always been the easiest. Number 1 always going to beat the 4 seed because 4 seed is the worst of the supposed to be the worst of the other three, And this year, I feel like Georgia probably has, I don't know, a better, more competition than Michigan does, But I think Georgia should pull it out. I think Georgia should pull out the win. I just don't want to get overconfident because, I mean, back-to-back is not easy to do. And it's crazy that we're here after we lost 25, 28 players from draft and the transfer portal and people leaving. 25, 28 people. I mean, and then you refuel, and you go right back to the playoffs the very next year. That's amazing. I mean, everybody thought we were going to be the 2019 LSU, but we're not. We're
Going to happen too. I predicted us to go to that national championship and win. And I predicted us to win the SEC and do all that. I thought this team was just more complete than Alabama. That's why I thought we were better than Alabama before the season, and it proves to be true.
Oh yeah, I said in my predictions that I made, I had Alabama. I didn't know Alabama was going to lose 2 games. I thought they would lose 1 game. I knew for a fact they were going. I said in my prediction video, I said Alabama's either going to lose to LSU or Ole Miss. One of them they're going to slip up. I predicted Ole Miss, so I was wrong. But I predicted only 1 loss, and I thought we would be undefeated going back to the playoffs. But I honestly, I had the same scenario as last year. I thought we would lose to Alabama in the SEC title game, and then we would meet back in the playoffs or the national championship if we got there, which I didn't think we were going to get to the national championship. I said it was going to be Ohio State versus Bama for the title. I had Ohio State 1, Bama 2, Clemson 3, Georgia 4, and I had Ohio State versus Bama. That was my prediction, but I was wrong. I was all wrong.
I had Clemson in the playoffs too, but well, if they started Cade all year, they probably would have made it.
Which I think next year, Utah. I think everybody was 1 year short of predicting Utah. I don't want to make any predictions right now, but man, Utah's back-to-back Pac-12 champions. It seems like they're getting better and better every year. Last year, before this year, they had like 4 losses. Now they only have 2 losses. They're on an upwards trajectory, and if they have a lot of returnees next year, it's going to be hard not to predict them to be in the Final Four next year.
Yeah. What's going on, Ballard?
Not much. I had a birthday phone call, and had to step aside. But what you guys been talking about?
Well, we've just been talking about the Georgia-Ohio State game, and we went on about how some of our preseason predictions, and
Did it match up?
No.
No. Who'd you have?
Well, I had in my final predictions, I had Bama 1. I had Ohio State 1, Bama 2, 3. I had Clemson 4, Georgia. But whenever we were doing our touchdown Tuesdays, I had Baylor in that 4 spot.
That's true. Baylor disappointed this year on a serious level.
I had
6 and 6.
TCU surprised us. Baylor disappointed.
I had Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and Clemson. So
yeah.
Clemson, if they started Kate, they probably would have made it. But
Now, as far as my record predictions, I got Florida exactly right. I said they were going to go 6-6. I got Auburn completely right. I said they were going to go 5-7. I got Georgia completely right. I said they're going to go 12-0. So I got 4 teams right, and I only did and then I was 1 game off because I thought, see, if Ole Miss would have beat Mississippi State, I would have got Ole Miss right, and I would have got Mississippi State right. So I did pretty good on my prediction.
I'll tell you something I was wrong about. I was wrong about South Carolina. All off season, I thought they were, I thought it was they, out of their, I just people were talking about them winning 8-9 games, and I was just saying, you look at their schedule, that's just not going to happen, and look at them now. So
Yeah.
Now, preseason, I know nobody's going to believe me, but it's okay. Preseason, I did predict Carolina to beat Tennessee. I had Tennessee going 8-4, which I was wrong on that too. But I had Carolina beating Tennessee before I knew about this explosive offense and stuff like that. Before I knew that,
I mean, it's just granted, Carolina had to get 2 major upsets to get the 8 wins, but nonetheless, I got there. I thought that schedule was a little bit too hard for them to get there, but they got it. Credit to them.
see, I had them going 6-6, and had they lost them 2 big games, I would have been exactly right on.
Yeah, I had them 6-6 as well.
Now,
I thought I was going to be right too, because I'm like, well, they're going to lose to Tennessee and Clemson, so I'm going to be right on that. No, that didn't happen at all.
Now, one that surprised me was Arkansas.
Oh yeah.
I had them winning 8 or 9 games.
Yeah, me too. And they beat who we thought the second and third best teams in the West were going to be for them. I had, they beat Texas A&M and Ole Miss, but then they lost to Mississippi State. They lost to who else they lose to? They lost to Alabama. They lost to Liberty.
Well, you know who I did get right too? Another team I got right on the money was LSU. I said LSU was going to go 9-3.
You did?
I did.
Did you have to go to the
You
SEC?
didn't know you didn't know they'd win the West.
I didn't know. No, I had Bama going for the West.
Okay, well.
But I thought they would go 9-3. I said LSU is going to go 9-3.
I don't do it.
Brian Kelly's a good head coach. I thought that was a great hire.
Yeah, Brian Kelly's a really good coach.
I
want to make a hot take here. I think Jim Harbaugh is a top 5 coach in college football.
Oh, he has to win a title. 5. Come on now.
I mean, does he though?
I think so because, just because he beats Ohio State, I don't know if that makes him top 5. I don't know.
It's not that he beat. It's that Michigan is stuck all the way up north, having to recruit miles away from their school. And the fact that he built Michigan to what they were today.
I mean, he's probably going to be in the national championship game this year, but until he goes to that national championship, I mean, there's been other coaches that has been in the national title game. I don't know if are you talking about
Michigan's hard? Michigan's a tough job in terms of winning a national title. It's really hard to do.
Well, don't they have like
really
11 of them?
Because of Ohio State, though, right?
And it's the fact that he's doing it that makes him a top 5 coach. He's a schematic genius. He's a great developer, and he recruits good enough to get in these positions.
Well, what I'm saying, they have like 11.
I mean, Michigan's program is not built to do what they're doing right now, but they're still doing it Jim Harbaugh is such a great coach.
I would have to. I would disagree with you. I mean, Michigan should be where they're at every year.
No.
I mean, it should be either Ohio. See, the teams in the Big Ten, it should be Ohio State, Michigan, Nebraska. Them three teams should be ruling the Big Ten every other year. And the fact that Nebraska is not where they're supposed to be is shocking because they used to be very good. I think Matt Rule is going to change that program around, though. I'm gonna make my prediction now.
Whoa, hold on. Did you actually see what Sorgy Storage just said?
Oh my gosh. While at the World Cup. What's up, Cody? Dang. Grant Wall. Dang. That
What
sucks. He was killed.
By who?
Something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on.
I mean,
Prayers go out to him and his family. It's Grant Wall is his name. Man.
out of all the active coaches, my top 5 would probably be. I mean, I know Nick Saban is the greatest of all time, but talking about right now, I think Kirby Smart's 1, Saban's 2. Number 3 is Dabo. 4, Mac Brown. I guess you could say Jim Harbaugh. I don't know. I would have to think more, but
Well, my only point about Jim Harbaugh is Michigan is doing things that Michigan's program's not built to do. It's hard to recruit there, hard to win a national title there, but the things he's doing there is amazing, in my opinion.
I mean they have 11 national titles. They're a blue blood.
Yeah, but Yale has 18 national titles. That doesn't mean it's easy to win one at Yale either.
Come on now, Michigan is a blue blood program.
Okay, but Michigan is not. It's hard to win a national title at Nebraska, and you can't really do it there anymore. You know, just because they won 90s in the past does not make it a great job. Now it's not a great job. Michigan is a good job, but it ain't a great job, and it's not an elite job.
Wow.
It's not built to do the things that they're doing there, and I think what Jim Harbaugh's doing there is absolutely amazing.
If I had to pick between Clemson and Michigan, I'm going to Michigan to be a head coach.
I'll go. Well, Clemson's set up well with their facilities, which makes it easier to recruit there, and their athletic department's also very. They help out, so you can along the way. They'll hire good coordinators for you, and you can win a national title there. Michigan, it's not the same way.
Yeah.
Michigan, to me, is a blue blood program that is always going to be up there.
I didn't say they weren't, but just because you're a blue blood does not mean you're an elite job.
Oklahoma, to me, is the elite job. They're 6-6.
No, Oklahoma's not an elite job.
I think so.
Riley left.
Well, he left because of money, but I mean,
elite jobs are jobs that you would never leave for another college job. Like the Georgia job. No Georgia coach is ever leaving for another college job. So Georgia's an elite job. Texas is an elite job. USC is an elite job. Those are elite jobs.
So whenever whenever Kiffin left USC overnight to Clemson, I mean, people leave for different reasons. I don't know why they leave, but Oklahoma's an elite job and Michigan's an elite job. Nebraska, if they can get back, like Matt Rule, that was a splash hire. I will tell you, they won't win. I mean, they won't lose more than 4 games next year. I promise. That's a promise. Nebraska won't. They'll be 8-4 or better. That's a fact.
I would agree to an extent. I would agree. Well, listen, guys, it's been a heck of a day for me this birthday. It's been 3 amazing years on YouTube as well. I don't want to be on here all night. I would like to watch a movie tonight, actually, believe it or not. Any final words from both of you before I get out of here and say some closing words? Jacob's muted.
Thank you, Ballard, for letting me come on, and I love talking about college football, and I appreciate y'all talking to me about it, and let me hang out.
All right. Love you, Matthew. Appreciate you, brother. And as always, you're welcome on here.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Jacob? And we lost him. I don't know. Anyway. Well, I don't know what you want me to say, folks. 3 amazing years here on YouTube. It's been a blast and a great 21st birthday. Is it the best? That's up for debate. I mean, it was fun, but we had some good crab legs for dinner. 21's a good milestone, being an adult, and I want to just say how appreciative I am for all my friends and family, really. I've had a lot of people comment on Facebook. People still blowing up my phone right now. And I'm glad I got to celebrate with some of my amazing friends here on YouTube. And, got to celebrate with my grandparents too. We had good food, a lot of great fun tonight. And, but this day, December 9th, is not just my birthday anymore. It marks the milestone of a legacy that I'm trying to build for my career. And, I started this YouTube channel back in 2019. And I don't know what I expected to do with it. I don't know what I expected it to become. I didn't expect this, man. We've been on 3 years. And we're working to 800 subscribers. And maybe some people grow faster than that. I don't know. I really don't care. I don't do it for popularity. I say it every year. I say it all the time. I don't do it for the subscribers. I don't do it for the views. I do it because I love sports. I do it because we've built this community up. And I just love talking with each and every one of you every single day. And not a day goes by where I don't feel blessed. And I know God has an amazing plan for my life. I want to share with you guys a verse that I found. This is from the Bible, of course. This is 2 Chronicles 15:7. And I think I've heard it before, but I really think it's an encouragement right here. But as for you, be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded. I'm going to keep working my butt off on this channel, man. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep building. We're going to keep, expanding on this channel and growing the brand of Ballard Sports Media. And it's not just me. It's all you great people out there too that help with this, that I appreciate. And I can't thank y'all enough. I really can't. And I'm at a loss for words, honestly. I know I'm kind of rambling on, but it's been 3 amazing years, but we're still getting started. As Nick Saban once said when he won his first title at Alabama, he said, "This is not the end. This is the beginning." And I really do believe that this is the beginning of something great that not only I want to do, that we want to do, but man, put it in God's hands. I think he wants to do something amazing in my life personally, really in everybody's life. If you trust and believe in it, he wants to do something big for you. He wants you to live life to the fullest. Don't waste what God's given you, man. And I'm trying to do my best with the life I've been given. And, do I fall some days? Of course. We're human. We're broken. We're sinners. And, it's going to happen. But, man, wake up every day. Do the best you can. And at the end of the day, give God the praise and the glory because he deserves it. And, God, I just want to say thank you. I know you've blessed me with a lot. I know that you call me your child. And I don't know why you put me here. I don't know why I have this channel. I don't know what you want to do with it. But we're going to put it in God's hands. That's what we're going to do. And I'm sure he's going to do something amazing with it, really. And he's got a great plan. Just got to keep working at it and see what he does. I don't even know where to start. I mean, I'm beyond blessed to have each and every one of you in my life. And, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my parents. I'm thankful for my grandparents, all 4 of them. I'm thankful even for my younger brother. And I'm thankful for my friends at church. I'm thankful for teachers and friends that I've made at school. And then there's people on here. I'm thankful for my friend Chess, the Unprofessional Sports Show. Thank you, Jacob, for always showing up. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Mayhem Matthew, Nate the Great, who I didn't see show up tonight, but it's okay. He's a good friend. He's a great guy. There's so many people that I owe a lot to that I'm thankful for. I can't even put it into words. I love each and every one of you out there. You know who you are. And like I said, this is only the beginning of what we're doing at Ballard Sports Media, what we're doing. It's not just me. I mean, I can put the content out. I can provide it. I can be the uploader and the guy that puts these videos out and writes the articles. Y'all keep me going. I can't do it on my own. And I'm just thankful. I really don't know what else to say, but thank you. And it's only the beginning of what we're going to do with Ballard Sports Media. And like I said, what God's going to do with Ballard Sports Media. I'm going to put it in the Lord's hands. I'm going to see what he wants to do. And may he bless us all. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Thank you all so much for 3 years. Thank you for an amazing birthday. And again, as Nick Saban said, this is not the end. This is only the beginning. And I really believe it's only the beginning of something big and something special at Ballard Sports Media. Only one thing left to say, folks. Ballard Sports Media, check it out. I love you guys. Roll Tide. Damn. Woo!